Born in San Francisco, came to Bakersfield right after 1941. My dad was working in the shipyards and they told him he had to get out of there because of emphysema and stuff like that. So we headed to San Diego where he'd been in the service and stopped here to visit my mother's mother and forgot to leave. So we've been here ever since. Didn't know a whole lot about it except that the people that we lived in the neighborhood with down on Quincy, just off of Baker Street, we'd come up here and play football all the time because there were no fences and, you know, just on the grass fields. When there was, you know, the only other thing here was the hospital across the street. Otherwise, and had a few places, Duds and those across the street where people would eat because there was no cafeteria. But I was new to high school as far as that goes. I was one of those 4'9" guys who weighed, you know, 97 pounds. And otherwise than that, I was just anxious to get the education done. You know, I look at my yearbook and I look at the teachers that I had while I was here, and I look at the educations that they came out of, all kinds of places, everything except maybe Harvard, you know, people from Berkeley, people from UCLA, people from SC, and they were outstanding bunch of teachers and helped me a lot to learn how to be a teacher that the students would respect, as I did as I was there. And a few of them, you know, that frightened you, but that was crazy. The swim coach, you know, he was always the last guy to leave the pool and everything, and he was always telling everybody, give me 10 or 20 push-ups because you did something you weren't supposed to and stuff, and had a great staff. And as the coaches who were all Second World War people when we first started in 1946 retired, then I saw a new brand of coach coming along, and you know, they didn't have to do what all of these first three coaches did, or four, like Larry LaFawn, you know, who went to BC and became a coach there. And I think the school's looking well. I just had two granddaughters who graduated in the last 2 or 3 years, both in college now, doing well. And very pleased to have one of my daughters who's a teacher now at Highland, and then have two granddaughters who are teaching in elementary school someplace around. So the training they got here was good stuff. I came back and had got my degree and started teaching for the Bakersfield City Schools elementary system. Had a great time there for a few years. Taught down at Fremont Elementary School. Got taken out of elementary school in 1960 when they opened Compton Junior High. A guy named Frank Schimandel was the principal, and I interviewed for a job there. Went up there and became a reading teacher. We started the Jack Frost Football League because I had played football for Jack Frost, so there were only 4 teams at the time, and I was continuing my coaching experiences by doing that. And after that, became a counselor in the elementary system, and then left the elementary system when a position opened here for teaching and coaching. Played a little bit with the student government and stuff like that, and a number of the local people who were East High people, like the Saba family. All the 3 Saba boys went here, and Ryerson, who owned Family Service Laundry, and guys like that, and Bill Maggard, who lived down the street from me, and Jack Sheets, who was a sprinter here at one time too. We kind of just all came from, you know, just off of Baker Street here, and hanging out together and things like that. And a guy named Eddie Wright, who was a school psychologist, and he was one of the group that was with us too. And I'm down to about 2 of the guys in high school out of the group that I ran with that are still alive. I feel honored. It's just, I think, you know, there's a lot of people who could be included too. And, you know, some of the friends that I know, like Buzz Caffey, when we were in the coaching together, you know, the football games at different levels and things like that. So I'm pleased and have been involved because of Gene Philippe, who was the principal at one time, but the assistant principal when I started, and he vacated the activities job, and that's what I moved into. And I've been with the activities program ever since then.